The definition was mentioned yesterday. Value chain financing, these are activities right from production, that time when you concept that idea of production, up to the time when the product is delivered to the consumer. We get it? Yeah, as simple as that. So value chain exists when all actors in the chain operate in a way of maximizing value. We shall see that in the course of the discussion. Maximizing value, meaning that every player is adding value and also making what? Money. Okay, now the able experience. Like I said earlier on, that this is a journey we have worked with many of you here. Trias, Salute, FSD, BRS. Hey, have I missed out? So we are working together and we are still working together. And the value chain does not, you don't do develop and then forget about it. You keep improving it, changing on the way how you are serving your customers, the products that you are developing for the customers or you are delivering to customers. So now the EBO in 2000, of course, for us, like we earlier on when we were pitching EBO, it started in 2002. So basically all the members of EBO are, our business model, we target smallholder farmers. That word underline what? Meaning they are doing what? Agriculture. So we did not begin agriculture in 2008. We began as soon as we started serving farmers. But I will tell you something very special in 2008, and we're in a partnership with the Trias. It was a project which had, I think, like 4 pillars. 1, institutional capacity building and strengthening. We had the improving incomes of our members, household income through agriculture. It was enterprise selection. You know, we're using a methodology called PID. Basically, the whole idea was to reorient farmers to do agriculture as a business. So, meaning that they were training farmers to select enterprises that have complete what? Value chains and are profitable. So that is the journey we started with what? In 2008. I can tell you that was a turning point in terms of agriculture financing. So several enterprises we shall be seeing were selected, and majorly in this region, it's banana, plantain, coffee, dairy, and what? Coffee, dairy, and maize. Should not forget maize. Those were the major the major economic activities here. And I will say, why did we majorly focus on those ones? As we go on, you'll see. So that was a turning point, and we worked with the Trias. Of course, we alongside other partners, and we moved a very good journey in terms of, and that culminated into development of these value chains. A lot of studies, as we shall be seeing, and also adopting some strategies and approaches. Okay, so now, before I go to this slide, there is a tendency of most financial institutions, but before I even say that, during that time, since this sharing experience, we had challenges of agriculture financing. We were perceiving it as very risky. Nobody wanted to venture into agriculture financing. And at that time, most institutions had a product called agriculture what? Agriculture loans. You get it? Whether you are doing whatever activity, you are what? You fit there. So the design of the product was basically one. So everybody was fitting into that. So, but you will see that in the event of the value chain, so it helps us to really understand the needs of the different actors. And how did we do that? We went through a process. One, research. We did a research on the different value chains, and our focus was demand and supply of the finance in agriculture. What was our goal? To enhance financial inclusion and sustainable agriculture. Crops that we focused on: banana, maize, coffee, and also the dairy for livestock. Of course, we would identify constraints, opportunities, and also identify, for us, as financiers, we are always looking for what? Opportunities for what? For financing. How can I do what? Make money. That's key for us. Of course, alongside the other objectives, social and environmental. Of course, data was collected for the different value chains, and then value chain efficiency and financing justification was done. Now, what I've seen now as we move around some of the financial institutions, somebody now wakes up and says, I'm going to do agricultural lending. Then sometimes some people copy a product and come and they paste in the what? In the institution. Or sometimes they develop the product, but they don't go ahead to study the entire value chain. That's one of the things observed. But sometimes also agriculture is looked at as just production. When you talk of agriculture, for a person, the mindset is about what? Production. The other processes, like processing, marketing, is not looked into. You've seen sometimes you go in an institution and ask, what's your percentage of agriculture portfolio? They only focus on what? On production. But the value chain demystifies that if you are doing agriculture financing from production to, yes. Now, what did we do? We analyzed the different value chains, and with the objective of tailoring the products to the different actors in the value chain. So scrutinized data, calculated the value addition along the value chain. I'm sorry I'm moving faster, but when I talk about calculating the value, even when you are funding these different actors in the value chain, they should be doing profitable business. Because if you are not doing profitable business and you go ahead and finance them, then as an institution you'll get challenges of paying back. So the other thing, generate recommendation for low risk, high return products. So during the study we also did risk assessment for each and every value chain and the risk mitigation measures. Of course, after you have done that, you've done the product, you've done the risk framework, you've done this. Then the next thing, develop your strategy for agriculture. I like the presentation from BRS. You saw they have a clear strategy for agriculture financing. In terms of, I love in terms of the human resource. They don't bring anybody from anywhere to do agriculture These are specialized I was surprised they even have counselors. I don't know how the counselors, I need to study more and see how the counselors work. But that is develop a strategy. Of course, when we talk about the strategy, you are looking at, do you want to improve your, say, portfolio at risk, staffing, how you want to train your staff, your projection, how you want to grow your portfolio, and so those are so many things that are always in the strategy. Then the other most very, I want to emphasize this, very important thing, explore collaborations, partnerships. You cannot do these things of agriculture financing as a financial institution and be very successful when you don't have partners doing what? Supporting you. As we shall see in the value chain, you have the chain, but you have the auxiliary what? Actors. Insurers, NGOs, the bank. There are many actors this side who support the what? The value chain. So for you as in financial institutions, you must fall in that category. Now, using the EBO experience in our value chains diary, we are working with we have worked with SNV, Agroterra for very many years and very many interventions. Farmer training, financing. So there are many things that we have gained there. Subsidies, and when it comes to trias, we have worked with them. They were doing training of these groups, farmer groups, training the individuals. They train them, they bring us a finished what? Product that this group is ready now. They already, each individual in the group has already a business what? Plan ready, and he has already been trained. Then for us, we do the what? Of course, we assess. We don't just give them money like that. We assess those individuals. So those partnerships are very, very important. Now, I want to focus on one example of the value chain. This is the coffee value chain. I think this can give us some very good, how did we develop it, who are the players, and this and that. And the coffee will give us a very good indication on how we can develop this value chain. Of course, picking lessons from EBO. Example of coffee value chain, mapping major functions of the actors, cost and margins, analysis of the financing mechanism and the various actors. So, you know, coffee is the second largest valued commodity in international trade. That's very true. And the most widely traded tropical agricultural commodity. And trade in coffee is dominated by Latin America and Caribbean. Sometimes, and they take 57%. Sometimes when there are issues the other side, well, for us here we are celebrating, and usually the prices go up. I think, was it last year when the prices, they had the issues with the pest the other side? For us, our prices here went up, and the farmers are smiling. But the African countries only account for 14%, and mainly Robusta and Arabic coffee. And Uganda is being the second largest exporter of coffee in Africa. So I will play a video here which will give us some insights of what takes place in the coffee value chain. Are we together? Colleagues, are we together? Okay. Oh, sorry.
Beans of the Nile. In the heartland of East Africa, Uganda, known as the Pearl of Africa, embraces a captivating climate and soil fertility that conspire to nurture its bountiful coffee plantations. Like a symphony of nature, the elements harmonize to create the perfect backdrop for coffee cultivation. These elements make Uganda the second largest coffee producer in Africa and ranked third country with the best coffee globally. The eastern and western regions of Uganda have the soil quality and altitudes required for the successful cultivation of Arabica plants. From Mount Elgon regions in the east to the Rwenzori Mountains in the southwest and West Nile regions in the northwest, we have a soil that teems with life, brimming with nutrients and organic matter, a soil with rich tapestry of minerals that have created a nourishing foundation for the Arabica coffee trees to thrive. Whether Robusta or Arabica, it is only when these seeds are released from their shells that their true potential emerges. The scents of chocolate, caramel, and delicate floral notes dance through the air, inviting you to indulge in their captivating allure. These seeds embody the spirit of Uganda, where lush landscapes and the tenacious hands of farmers intertwine, giving birth to their remarkable essence. Uganda Coffee unveils a captivating tale in every sip. It calls on you to embrace a journey of senses, transcending mere taste to an experience that evokes wonder and delight. Across continents and oceans, the captivating aroma of Uganda's coffee wafts through the bustling streets of global coffee markets. The world has become captivated by the enchanting flavors that Uganda's coffee offers, as it takes its place among the most sought-after origins in the global coffee community. Roasters and baristas, like passionate artists, treat Uganda's coffee as their canvas. They carefully extract its essence, revealing the hidden notes of chocolate, spices, and fruits. With every carefully crafted brew, they tell the story of Uganda's coffee, allowing its character to shine through and tantalize the coffee lovers' taste buds around the world. The global coffee market recognizes Uganda's commitment to quality, sustainability, and community empowerment. It applauds the tireless efforts of the farmers who, with unwavering dedication, nurture the coffee trees and harvest the cherries with care. The market acknowledges Uganda's strides in farmer training, processing advancements, and quality control measures, ensuring that each bean carries the essence of excellence. Beyond the pursuit of profit, the Uganda coffee market embraces the spirit of collaboration and ethical trade. It fosters relationships that transcend transactions, connecting farmers and consumers in a shared appreciation for the craft and the stories woven within each cup. Therefore, as the sun rises over the vast coffee plantations of Uganda, its beans embark on a global journey, gracing the tables of coffee enthusiasts from Tokyo to New York, from Sydney to London. With every sip, the world becomes a little smaller, cultures entwined, and friendships kindled, all united by the magic of Uganda's coffee.
Okay. I hope that video gives us some insights of what is taking place in the value chain. And you can see that when we talk about coffee growing here, yes, coffee growing, I think it is, you can see the value chain does not end here. It goes up to the what? Up to Europe and many other parts. Actually, that was so basically, okay, so that's how our coffee moves from Uganda to all those parts of the world. But you know, one thing that yesterday we were talking about market, rules of the game. I think it came out from Nyamwirima group presentation. And basically the issue is about meeting what? Meeting international what? Standards. Very key. You cannot talk about agriculture financing without thinking about the market. That will be for another day. We can dig into that discussion of meeting. So quickly, I want to end with this slide. The rest of the things is about risks and how we mitigate the what? The risks. So we shall share this information. You can read through yourselves. But I just want to emphasize here, this was talked about, the players, and for us as an institution, I don't know who can help me to, we have mapped out the key players in the different value chains. This is just an example of coffee, but if you go into the dairy value chain, and which I think even the guest of Anna who was opening the workshop talked about it. We have 5 factories here which do the processing of milk, but also exporting of what? Of milk. So you can see that there is a lot of value addition. Value addition, so the farmers have read the what? Read the market for the produce. And that in itself helps us as a financial institution to improve on our portfolio and also on our repayments rate and all that. So that's a map of the coffee value chain actors. I hope everybody will read through, but we have identified them. What is very important, we have developed products for each and every value chain actor according to their needs. So I want to, I think, end there on the issues of agricultural lending risks. I think that is very important, but I think on the issue of risk management, we focus on commercial-oriented insurance scheme, which we have shared here, which we are adopting and we are going to embrace. Holistic credit appraisal, yes, that's very important. Collateral. Our credit officers are all trained. By the way, this is very, very important. I want to advise the institutions. If your credit officer do not understand these value chains very well, then they are not going to do very good assessment of loans. They are bound to make, you're going to appraise a coffee farmer, but you don't know the coffee value chain, you don't know the actors, you know. So we need to train and this is what we're embracing as an institution, train all our officers. And by the way, yesterday those who visited the RDI, we take our staff to that farm institute for training on pasture, on animal management and many other. So basically our staff have basic knowledge about these. When they go to appraise, they can do very good appraisals. Okay? Thank you very much. I will stop there.
Thank you, Robert, for the presentation.
Okay, so any questions? Yeah.
Any questions? Or you prefer that? Okay.
Yes.
Yes,
Can you ensure that you are able to contact the main channels, main actors in the chain? You focus on producers, but also on exporters. On how do you ensure that you can reach all the actors or many actors in the chain or in the value chain?
Yeah. So yesterday we shared that we work with the producer cooperatives. Yeah, we work with producer cooperatives, so we are able to reach the smallholder farmers. We are able to reach the cooperatives, and we have quite a number of them. Even we have cooperatives that we are working with, which are directly exporting to Europe. So we really understand the business, and it's not about, for example, financing the one who is exporting to Europe, but sharing information is very important. Yes, information about the value chain. How are the prices behaving, the quality issues, yeah, and the standards. Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, maybe another question I have is like, for instance, one of the aspects you are dealing with is cooperation. Could be the chain, they are collecting, processing, trading, and selling it, because they are the...
Excuse me, I didn't pick. Can you repeat the question?
Yeah, you are dealing with the cooperative union,
Yes.
one of the chain actors. Sometimes there are arrangements in value chain financing, like, for instance, a kind of tripartite or more agreements, by the way. Like, for instance, producers are one of the actors, then their buyers are another actors. You, as a service provider, could be the service body. For instance, the buyer requires certain quality, volume, timing, all sorts of requirements that it needs to meet, the farmers need to meet for him or for the buyer. In that case, what is the kind of agreement could be there you know, those farmers can be trained by development agencies or by the buyer to meet the quality standard, the volume, everything. Now finance becomes a constraint. In that case, what the buyer will commit is, the buyer, I will buy all the products, there will not be any market risk of the product, provided that they are ready to fulfill all the quality, quantity and timing issues, and I will pay you, the financer, by cutting the amount you really, with the interest, the amount you lend them at the end of the buying time. That kind of arrangement is
what I can say. What I can say, we have experience in that. We have worked in tripartite agreements, especially in, for example, we have institutions that are linking NGOs, that are linking the farmers to the market. So the farmers already have contracted markets. So we do financing. Yes, that's one model. But we also have models of, for example, working with SNV supplying coolers to the what? To the farmers. That's another model. But we also have the ones of supplying solar for production. You get it? We have a supplier for solar for production. You have we have a financial institution. Then you have a client. Yes. So we work with these solar companies to come and supply the products to these farmers, to the cooperatives. Yeah. So those are some of the.
This kind of thing, how it does it help in terms of really risk mitigation, efficiency improvement, all kind of things.
Yes, because some of these solar companies that we are working with, the number one is quality. So farmers are guaranteed of what? Of quality, as opposed to leaving them to go in an open what? Market. They are bound to get issues there. And remember, they are using our money. If they buy those products and they don't work very well, so it becomes risky to us. So those are some of the tripartite and arrangements that we are doing. Thank you very much.
Clap for him. Okay, I'm going to unlock this page. I want to bring to your attention, because what I'm going to present to you is very special, because it's an atypical story. Because today we are making for the value chain, but when we started 15 years ago, we did not know what we have been doing. We have been wanted only to solve the problem we are meeting on the field. That's why I want to encourage all FMEs who are here to start doing, build their value chain. It's very important, because when you work with value chain, it helps you to mitigate risk. Because you are the one who control all the flux of cash who grow in the value chain. And then if the money get out, is only the bonus of that money. It's very important. So I'm going to go focus, because Ivo Sako has said everything for value chain. But I wanted to share our experience to you, so that it can encourage you to set up your value chain. It will be very secure for you. So this is our headquarters at Douala, Cameroon. Thank you very much. So I have only one or two slides, very dynamic. We are going to, I'm going to explain you how we build our value chain of soya bean. That's the first value chain we start. We did not know what we have been doing, but the result is very fantastic. So we start, MUPESI was the first to be on the center. We use every time to go on the field, detect opportunities of financing. So that one day we went to the field, and then we met one young guy who wanted to transform the soybean. The material was very, very poor. It cannot remove only 15% of oil of the soybean. And that structure was calling Sopracam. You can note that name. After the workshop, you can type in the net Sopracam Cameroon. And then you are going to have many information. You can see the structure of the processing. So that we met him, and then we detect in him a young guy who wants to go very far. You know, one would say that when you have a dream, just think big, start small, but go fast. So we start with him, helping him to ameliorate his material, and then things began to be grow. So when we reinforce the capacity of processing, the problem of raw material start. That's what we move now out to, we choose for the facility to import soybean from Brazil. It was simple, no problem. You have enough soybean at the short time. But you see, but the facility cannot go far. We started 3 years after the Brazilian people used to transform soybean oil to gas oil. And then there were not enough soybean to export in Cameroon because the price go high. They have been transformed their production, and then they did not want to export it. And then if you want to export it, you must pay the high price, you see. And then when this problem starts, we start do reflection. And then we see that we have many lands, we have population in the rural area who are very poor. Why we did not train this population to produce soybean? And then we have made sure that all the production can be by the processing, because we are there for finance. And then we just write the project, and we have one information that Rabobank are making a challenge for the good project, agricultural project in Africa. We were in 2008. So that we just send the project to the challenge, and then we won the first prize. That's why Rabobank helped us to pre-finance the farmers who are going to produce soybean. So we start with 3,500 members. And then the thing start grow until now. You see, that's why we touch this producer at the 3 regions of Cameroon: the far north, the north, and the Adamawa region. So they have started produce. We just give them financing, and then when they produce, they just send it to the process. And then when they start sending it, because between the processing unit and producer, there are 700 kilometers. There are 700 kilometers. So the problem of the transport start to come out. We were obliged to find some person who can take care of the transport. And you see that's what we introduce, even that we give the money to the unit processing unit to pay back the product of the farmers. And all that money remain in the bank because we first give credit to the farmers to produce, and when they produce, they send it to the unit of processing, and we give money to unit of processing to pay back the raw materials it collect from the farmers. And then it's only, we just debit account and credit another account without giving money out. I understand it? Yes. Okay. So, after this, we just introduce the transporter. So, when there is a product from the farmers, the transporter just collect it. They mark the amount of kilogram of each producer, and then it just carry it to the processing. And then when the processing receives all that product, it just make a letter, ask us to debit his account and pay back the producer. Are you getting okay? So we're just going to continue. You see that the producer, when he went to the near of farmers, he just carry fertilizer and then give it to producer. And then the fertilizer, I did not want to put many things. It cannot be observed well because the supplier of fertilizer is in the system. In the system. And we are the one who finance the supplier of fertilizer. After this, just so that he carry fertilizer for the farmers, and when he come back, he just carry the product. And then, when the system start to work, the problem of the quality of product start to be, you see. And then we invite the processes to make a contract with experts, agronomy, and then they are going to train producer for the best way of how can I say it? The best practice, agricultural best practice. Yes. They just make a contract with those experts to train them. And then we invite him to ask to buy the good quality of, how I can call it, they call semence what? You can get what? Seeds. The seeds. Yes, the good quality of seeds. And then we use it and give it as a credit to producers. You see, that's what I'm saying, when you put in place a value chain, there's more opportunity. There is more opportunity. Okay. For continue, you see that the processing had to give to the population what? Soya oil, soya oil bean. Huh? Soya oil. Yes. They have to sell it to population. Yes. That's it. And the big opportunity, I'm going to demonstrate it to you. So when they have the product, there's two ways. He sell it to population for their consumption, and then he sell to the let me see, to the breeders. It's part of when you extract the oil in the soybean, it remains yes, so that he sell it to the breeders to feed animals. And this is another opportunity of financing. There's an opportunity to financing. Okay, you see, I wanted you to keep those places in mind. We are going to explain it after, to show how we can transform this two-way. From you can have money there, enough money. You see this two-way. You see, this is the ecosystem of our value chain of soya bean, so that we make many money here. Many money. Now, I'm taking you to, and then for the end, you see, these people have started to save, to make safe. You see? They have savings account here. When they do their business, they are going to save money to bank. And then it's an income for make credit. Are you getting me? Even this processing going to save money to the bank. We train them for that, because if you don't have a deposit, we cannot give loan. That's why we motivate them to save before ask credit. Okay. Secondly, I'm going to explain it, that two-way of financing. This problem start what? Because we have product. We have people who want to consume it. And then those persons are going to supply it. They don't have money to buy the product and I'm going to sell to them. And then we develop another value chain of distribution. That's what I'm going to explain to you now. So, we divide it times 4 steps. We have 4 steps of financing here. And other 4 steps, MUPC is the first actors. So for the first step, we have MUPC. We have the first category, yes. For the first category, everything starts at MUPC. Now, we go to the field and meet the first main supplier. The first main supplier here is the processing unity. Are you getting me? The first main supplier is processing unity. And then when he has product, he must sell it. If he don't organize it, he cannot sell it rapidly. That's why we set this mechanism to permit him to sell rapidly, so that we ask him to direct us to the first main distributor. We basically went to meet him and tell him that we know you used to buy product to Sopracam before you sell it. So, as you don't have money to buy it enough, we are going to finance you. So, when Sopracam, who is the unit of processing, gives you products, when he give us a bill of your command, we pay Sopracam 50% of the bill. Are you getting me? I repeat, when the processing give product to distributor, the bill is present to the banker. The banker pay the processing unit 50% of that bill. is on credit. And then, you see, that's the way. When we have the bill, we pay 50%. After we pay 50%, when this distributor are going to sell to another, the second main supplier, we are going to pay 50%. Let me go. We are going to pay. This is the second step. I anticipate it for make you understand what I'm saying, because when I'm going, you cannot see correctly. Let me see. Okay, you see, when the first class customer distributor have give the 50% coming from this, because when he gives to a product to the secondary supplier, we pay him to 50%. Not the final. Because the 50% we have here is not the same 50% we have here.
50% of the revenue.
Yes. Are you getting? I don't know how, you know, I'm francophone. I cannot have the good word to explain it to you.
No, it's just start.
Huh? Let me. I say that when this give product to the first, and then the bill is transferred to, we pay 50% to this. It remains 50%. 50% bill is made from the customer. No, don't go quickly. Don't go quickly. Yeah. I said, for here, this man give 100%. And then when you bring the invoice to the bank pay this 50%. It means that you remain 50% not paid for this. And the 100% is here. It remains unpaid. And when this give to product to this, we pay him 50% of the invoice of this. You see, this is another one. Okay, let me continue. You see, when we receive the bill, the product is given to him, we just pay him 50%, and then he continue. So we pay him 50%. After this, we go to the third step. MIPC is the main members, so that we have the tertiary supplier who are going to have to take product of the second. The same thing can be made here. When you when this receive product, we pay to this 50% of what is received. We are going to. Same here. When the single cells receive the product, we pay to 50%, and then it continue until we arrive for the fourth step. Here is where it's very technical, because these last people is the one who sell hand door to door. Yes, small quantity. Is the one who sell door to door. And then the same thing, we just pay 50% of how much you have. Maybe he want only 50,000 for his loan. And then we pay 50% of that. And to collect all that money will remain in the hand of every state. Is this going to do it? Because this person who sells door to door, we invite him to make daily sale. When he got the credit, he must pay back daily by day. So that every day he sells, he must save to give back the credit he has. And then that money came on his back. You see? So let me show you how money has been generated in this. Firstly, we asked to this secondary supplier to put me in touch with only 10 his best client. Only 10. When we have that 10 best client, we just give him the 20 best client. We just give him 275,000. 275,000 as a loan for 1 month. Each of them. It means that we have 5,500,000 of credit for that state. If we go to the second step, we ask for that 20 top relator of the first distributor to give it only 10 they are his best sellers. And that 10, it can be 200. And then for that 200 sellers, we just give loan per month, amount of 175,000 as a loan for 1 month. If you multiply it times 200, you have 35 million of credit for 1 month. After that, we go to the third step. We ask them for that 200 client to put me in touch with only 5 best client of his store. We give them credit per month for 75,000 only. You have 75,000 times 200 times 5. You have 75 million. And then, if we went to the last step, we ask to that 1,000 of a client to put it in contact with only 10 retailers. Only 10. You have 1,000 times 10. It means how many? And then we are going to give them loan per month for only 5,000. Only 5,000. Who cannot give back loan of 5,000 in 1 month? You see? And then we have 10 times 1,000 times 5,000. It means 50 millions. 50 million. And all this is for 1 month. 1 month only. And then if we multiply it times 12 for 1 year, what can we have? For the first step, we have 66 million. Second step, we have 420 million. For the third step, we have 900 million. And the last step, we have 600 million. And then if we take this for 1 year, it means that we have cash up 14,540 members, new members, from 1 year. And if we add the loan we give to them, we have the amount of 1,900,000,000. Imagine, if you have only interest of 1% of this, you see money you are going to make it. And this is for one value chain. One value chain. And if we have it 2, 3, and 4 value chain, you see the amount you are going to make every year. This is the system who gives us very money. You see, our building is not a magic. A small reflection like this. Are you getting me? It's not magic. You can do it. And I'm going to introduce you. We have many value chains. You see, we have coffee, and some of you have tasted. You have cookies from cassava flour. Even this is cookies from cassava flour. You have here, you have flour from banana plantain. Yeah. Flour of banana plantain. You have here cookies from flour of banana plantain. You have here, this is white pepper you teach today. This is 2 producer. This is the label of 1 producer, and this is the label of group of producer. Here you have jam from pineapple. This is jam from pineapple. And this is jam from papaya. And here, I don't know the right name in English. This is tea. Coming from what we call citronella. Citronella, yes. This is tea from citronella. This is cookies from potatoes flour. Yes. This. And here, you call pistache. Pistache is what in English? Pistache. This is the cookies from flour of pistachia. Yes.
It's not very common.
It's not common.
It is not in Uganda.
You see,
but
this is
I can
cookies.
testify they are good.
And the best, this paper comes from plantain, the trunk of plantain. This paper, you see the back. Yes, making locally by one member of UPC. Financing by UPC. That's why I'm telling you, the way of value chain is very fantastic. When you have the strategy of to set it in place, you can make many money. Many money. Yeah.
Well, it's amazing actually. I claim that I'm one of the value chain analysts. I claim myself I'm a value chain analyst, but the way it is much beyond my understanding and my capacity or my expertise as well. So what really amazed me is actually in value chain development, the theory we say there must be something that lead factor, in the value chain development.
Yeah.
That is the one who developed the idea, organizes different factors along the chain, all this. But here I don't see maybe I don't know that much processing unit, if it plays a leading role, I don't know. But for me, if I'm right, I I feel that you are really playing the leading role. As a financial service provider, you must have the business idea.
Yeah.
You must have organized it like this.
Yes.
So is it not really extra burden for you to bring this idea and organize it?
Applaud for him.
You are an entrepreneur.
I want to tell you that I don't have life.
Let me finish.
My wife is already hungry, so I'm only on the way every day.
So you are an
I'm the chief of rural financing in UPC.
Yeah.
And then I have 15 years in UPC. I'm the one who opened the credit department on UPC. I joined UPC have only 5 years. For now we have 20 years. I'm taking this history because I was there at the beginning and then I'll still be there. And things are working fantastic. And you see, for beginning at the end, and I'll tell you something about collateral. There's no collateral. And things work well. Because money cannot go out. If you want fertilizer, we give money to supplier, and then they give you fertilizer. You produce, you want sell, you give it to the processing, and then they pay you back from your account in UPC. You just regard the credit and interest, and the rest you can do what you need. You can do what you need.